A very good afternoon today on Broken Truth. We are teeing off with purpose. The October Golf Day isn't just swings and scorecards. It's about saving lives, raising awareness, and building bridges between business and charity. Now, this particular event is hosted by the Cactus Foundation. This is a unique event, brings together golfers, sponsors, and change makers to tackle real issues like rabies, stray dogs, and abuse. Joining us this afternoon on Broken Truth is Mr. Mlenga, who's here to unpack the vision, the impact, and the unforgettable highlights of this extraordinary day on the green. Mr. Mlenga, welcome to Broken Truth.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, viewers. It's nice to be on this program.
Great. You might be wondering, why are they calling this program Broken Truth? There's a lot of myths and misconceptions out there. And one of the issues that we try and do here is mend the truth, the broken truth. So obviously, some people might have myths and misconceptions with regards to what Cactus Foundation does, and obviously in relation to the October Golf Day. So we would like to have the facts straight and right.
Yeah, we are delighted to appear on such a program that actually targets to tackle the issues of myths and things like that, because in the space where we are working from, actually we tend to actually deal with that exactly, because when things that we're trying to do is so hard for some people actually even to understand, like why so much passion for such, because animals and children welfare is not in other people's mind. They feel like there are other things that we need to do, but we know that these are the foundations that build societies.
So probably before we even delve into getting to talk about the October Golf Day, maybe briefly tell us what the mission and objectives of Cactus Foundation are. What are you people mandated to do?
Yeah, so maybe just a brief background, like how we started. So, because from there, somebody might be able to draw and understand us where we are going. You know, the Cactus Foundation was registered in Zambia first. That was in 2021, and also in the same year we also registered in South Africa. And this was born after two tragedies. Two tragedies, I say, because there were children in Chala area who were instructed by their father to kill a puppy, which they suspected that it was being used by witches to bring illness to the youngest child in the house. So these children were filled with rage. On the instruction of their father, they exerted gruesome actions against a puppy which was about just 3 months old. They hit the puppy with stones, sticks, and on top of it they poured methylated spirit on it and set it ablaze. And as it was burning, a passerby rescued the dog, and animal lovers were contacted. So the dog was taken to the vet. After assessment and being stabilized, the dog was evacuated to South Africa, where it went further treatment and surgeries, and recovered. And now this dog lives with Sarah, who is the founder of the Cactus Foundation. And but one thing that came up in our minds was, what do we do? Because there's a tragedy where children are being used or are instructed by adults, parents, to be violent against other sentient beings. Because those animals, like us human beings, have got feelings. They can express feelings of happiness, they can express feelings of sadness, they can feel pain. So if children are instructed or they are approved by adults to be violent against animals, those children are going to grow in a society where they believe violence is okay to be violent. And that violence also goes to fellow human beings and adults. History has it on record, actually, that even serial killers, more than 98% of serial killers have got a history of abusing animals when they were young. And this is, I think this is what we have come into this space. How do we stop the abuse of animals? How do we stop the abuse of children as tools for violence And how do we do this? Is by educating society about empathy, compassion, and love and respect for all forms of life. And this is what the Cactus Foundation actually is on a mission to, is to raise awareness on empathy, compassion, and love and respect of all living things, including our environment.
That having been said, how does that tie in with coming up with the initiative of the Rocktober Golf Day?
So the October Golf Day, we know that the space that we are working in, it's on one side, it's hard to get donations because this is purely initiatives that are going to be supported by society through donations. But how we can't go to businesses and individuals every day asking for donations with an empty bowl. So how do we come up with an initiative that is a win-win for everyone? Because when we bring in the October Golf Day, it brings businesses to come and play golf, and it also provides an opportunity for the business world to interact with other businesses and also to advertise to potential markets. And so far, the golf days that we've been having since 2022, they've been very successful. We've seen a lot of businesses participating, big and small businesses, and interacting with each other, which in a way we are contributing to the growth of the business in our community, and also providing an opportunity for businesses to interact and market their goods, and bringing awareness to these neglected and yet very important aspects of the community, because the businesses become aware that we have to do something about the well-being of animals, the well-being of our environment, the well-being of our children. And this is how we think that the October Golf Day is.
You're talking as this event not only being a tournament, but where you're mixing pleasure, business, and charity work together. How impactful has the tournament been? And I mentioned this in regards to fighting the cause of issues around there, the rabies, the stray dogs, the violation, improving the welfare of children. What's been the impact out of funds raised from the October Golf Day?
Yeah, so the impact goes beyond what I can even quantify, because this has provided an opportunity for the people to contribute towards so many causes that we're involved in. Because as a foundation, we have an emergency. Maybe I can give an example. We have an emergency medical fund under the foundation, which we provide assistance to children, especially children that have suffered violence. Like just this year, I think you might have heard of a child who was sodomized by 4 men, a 5-year-old child who was sodomized by 4 men in Tendere East. And we had, as a foundation, we had to step in and help that child, evacuate that child to South Africa to be treated by a specialist. So she was attended to through the Cactus Foundation. It's through some of these donations, that's the impact that we're having on the community. Then we've been involved with supporting government through the rabies elimination campaigns. The Cactus Foundation has, in 2022, did contribute logistics towards the rabies vaccination campaign in Mansabombwe, Luapula province. And that was the first rabies campaign in that part of the country, in which 500 dogs were vaccinated for free. We've been contributing towards rabies campaigns in Lusaka province, in which, like in 2023, if not 2024, 10,000 dogs were vaccinated against rabies. And every day, we do receive calls from members of the communities and local authorities, Chongwe, Lusaka City Council, asking us to go and pick up stray animals maybe it could be cats or dogs that we take in our shelter. We care for them, we vaccinate them. They are treated by the vets that are available at our shelter, and we are helping the society in addressing the challenge of stray dogs and cats on the streets. In that action, what we are solving, one, is reduction in the number of dog bites, because Lusaka alone records more than 3,000 dog bites in a month. So if we're taking dogs that do not have owners or dogs that are not properly cared for, if we take them off the street, it means we have taken a dog that possibly could have beaten people that do not know how to relate with dogs. And we are vaccinating these animals, and in a way we're also contributing in the population control of these stray animals, because when they come in our shelter, we also sterilize them so that they are unable to reproduce. So this is a long-term measure that after some years you look back and see, but we don't see as many stray and owned dogs on the street. It's because of such initiatives that we are doing.
The number's a little bit of a fascination. There are 3,000 dogs, 3,000 plus dog bites in a month, just in Lusaka. Does this mean there are 3,000 dogs that are out there, or a dog can bite up to 100 plus people?
Yeah, depending on how a dog is taken care of. You find that some dogs, they are abused themselves right from the time that they are young, and they grow up not being companion animals as they are, because people are abusing them, so they become vicious and they bite. So it's not 3,000 dogs out there on the street, but a dog can bite maybe more than one person. And for instance, like if a dog is rabid, it has rabies, it can bite between 20 to 40 before actually it dies, because one of the signs and symptoms of rabies is the dog becomes what they call vicious, biting, moving and moving things. So we have had cases reported before actually where you find that maybe one dog has bitten more than 20 people because they suspect it had rabies. Yeah.
Getting back to the Golf Day, your work involves awareness, of course, about animal and child welfare. But how does it tie? How does this tie in into the Golf Day and the efforts that you put in place?
So the Golf Day itself, we use it as a platform to raise awareness on children welfare. We use the Golf Day in itself as to raise awareness on the animals. You know, remember that the Mahatma Gandhi actually made a statement to say a nation's or a society's progress is determined by how well they treat the animals. So if people are not treating animals very well, it means they are not making so much progress. Because when we don't...
That's an underlying statement there. So what are you saying about Zambia?
Zambia is a mixed it's a mixed situation. We have seen a growing number of people actually who are becoming more and more animal lovers. We've got households that are taking care of dogs, not as security animals, but as pets. We have more people actually adopting house dogs and want to relate with animals. And we've seen actually even children becoming so loving towards animals. Actually, if you ask most of the families here in Lusaka that whose influence that they have a dog or a cat at home, it will come from children. So it's a society where we have seen, of course, there are certain sections where you find that they've got that the pet culture is not so much into them. It's like when they see an animal, they see an enemy, they just want to hate that animal or kill it. And it's one of the things that we've seen actually in our campaigns programs. I'll give you an example. Like we do awareness campaigns in schools and orphanages. And one of the orphanages that we go to is the Fountain of Hope in Kamala, which is an orphanage for street kids. And when we talked about the welfare of animals and welfare of children with them, some of the children there actually said they were, I would say they were transformed after interaction with us. One boy confessed that before he met us, whenever he met a dog or a cat, it meant that animal was going to live severely injured or it was going to die. That's the kind of life. But when we talked about the welfare of animals and that the animals have got needs and they need to be taken care of by us, especially being largely a Christian society, we know that actually even Jesus Christ, in one of the teachings about not worrying about the needs, he makes a very profound statement where he says that the Lord ensures that the birds of the air, though they don't cultivate, they don't harvest, the Lord makes sure that the birds are fed every day. So we may look at birds and animals that they're eating. We may think as if they are doing it on their own, but the Lord places those animals in certain places and places the food, the water, so they can access. It's the same way that we are living here in Zambia with one of, if not the best conditions in terms of weather, the land, water, and we've got so many animals. So the Lord has placed us here to take care of the environment, to take care of the animals. And that's one of the major responsibilities that we have.
Which is the foundation of the biblical truth, isn't it? That
Exactly.
man shall take care of everything on earth, including animals.
Yes.
After all, we are the ones, isn't it our forefather who was naming them one by one?
100%. Actually, I imagine like, because the scripture says that God made the animals. Then Adam went there and he was naming a lion, elephant. I don't know what, I can imagine how funny it was because you've got an animal which has no name and you say this is a lion and it becomes a lion. And yeah.
Wonderful. You did mention that right now we are getting to see a number of people wanting to, have a pet, at least have an animal as a pet. But also on the downside, we are seeing that crimes in Zambia are also increasing, and hence the need for security. This only I see many a times that you'll find people calling themselves as dog breeders. And when you go to people's homes, you see lion-like dogs. What is this crossbreeding of animals to make them look big, humongous, vicious? Is this part of what the Cactus Foundation is also promoting?
Yeah, so thank you so much for bringing up such an important question. Puppy mills, as they are known, or dog breeders, as we are commonly calling them here in Zambia. Those people are motivated by profit. They are not motivated because they love animals. They are motivated because of the huge sums of money that they get. So for them, an animal is not an animal. For them, an animal is just a commodity that they want to breed and sell. So in terms of taking care of the needs of the animal, they are not there. Most of these animals actually are denied their 5 freedoms. There are 5 freedoms which animals, actually that one is, Zambia is a signatory to the UN 5 freedoms, where animals are supposed to be provided with food and water. They should have access to medication and health needs attended to through vaccinations, and when they are sick, they are attended to, free from distress, and allowed freedom to express their normal behavior. That is also to interact with animals of their kind. So those people that breed animals for sale, mostly they are the ones that are responsible actually even for stray animals or abusing of animals. Because if they breed an animal that is not sellable, what do? because for them that is an expense. It's either they're going to kill that animal or they're going to take it and throw it on the streets. And they're the ones that who breed dogs without understanding the temperaments of the animals. So we've ended up with mixed breed dogs that we don't even know the temperaments of the animals, and they don't do enough education in terms of how people are supposed to keep the animals. I can give an example. One of the popular breeds and fetches very high is a boabo. Here in Zambia, and they sell quite those very expensive. People keep a boabo in a very small yard, maybe a very small yard without enough space for the dog to. It's a large breed dog, without enough space for the dog to move around. They will confine it to a small kennel. That is an abuse of a person. I'll bring it maybe to the human beings so that you understand. You understand that even our prisons, they are no longer called prisons. They are called correction facilities because previously, when a person is sentenced to prison, it's like they were condemned. They were put in very confined spaces without interaction with the outside world. When they came out of prison, they are actually worse off than they were before they went in, because there were no deliberate steps to help this person to rehabilitate, to learn from their mistakes. Instead, the system itself was abusing them and tormenting them to such an extent that they lose touch with society. They don't have empathy. Empathy is the ability to feel for another person's happiness or sadness, and be able to take in you. A person with empathy will not do something evil or hard that would hurt another person. So it's the same way when the people keep dogs in these small confined spaces. Now, these dogs are companion animals. So if they are kept in very small spaces, they're not socializing with other animals. They're not socializing with humans. The only thing that they'll think is they're going to be threatened by the presence of other animals or humans, and they want to defend themselves. So you see these dogs actually reaching out to attack. It's like they are now in the space where they think it's survival. Whenever they see a person or an animal that is not familiar, they want to attack, and that's an animal which is abused. And we've had so many dogs that have been surrendered, and they say, no, this dog has become too vicious. It's almost biting everyone at home. Then when we take them in, we rehabilitate and we reassure. When those dogs are treated with love and care, they rehabilitate. They become rehabilitated and become so friendly, and people do even actually forget the animal when they come to see him. He's no longer growling or wanting to bite others. And so breeders actually not our friends. People that breed animals, especially unregulated, it becomes a problem. We've seen that local authorities in Zambia they have seen that as a problem, and they're also coming up with these licenses like they do in other countries, trying to control these people that breed. But honestly, people that are breeding animals purely for profits, most of them, they're just abusing animals, and it is worrisome to us to see a growing trend of people doing it, because animals are being subjected to harsh conditions that they are not allowed to freely live their God-designed lives.
Viewers watching us there, you can contribute on this particular platform using our Facebook page, as this program is streaming right now. So you can comment on that, and I'm sure Mr. Mlenga here through the Cactus Foundation will be able to respond to your questions or contributions that you are putting in across that platform. We go on a short break, and when we are back, we continue discussing something that we should go on a break with. I would like you to have this at the back of your mind. There's rumors that these big dogs lose memory and eventually start biting and killing people's children in homes. When we're back, we get to talk about that and more about the October Golf Day. Stay tuned. Welcome back, we continue with the discussions, talking about the October Golf Day and the Cactus Foundation, and getting to know more about how human beings can be friendly to animals, and that in turn also is a sign of raising up children not to be violent against animals. Mr. Mlenga is with us, and he's talking to us about this particular issue. And we asked a question before we went on a break earlier on. We were talking about dogs losing memory and biting people or children to death. Dr. Mlenga.
Well, thank you so much. So there is a myth out there going out actually where they say it's a breed specific, a condition they call a dementia, that is forgetting. They say no, certain breeds develop that. That is not supported by the vets. We've checked with our vets, and I think University of Zambia is also one of places that is given very valuable information regards that. So in terms of forgetting, the memory loss that is talked about, it's not breed specific. It's a condition that even humans can suffer from, dementia, where a person tends to be forgetful, and it with humans it also comes with age. So what if you look at the history of most of those dogs that they say maybe they turn on their owners, mostly these are dogs that people have abused. They've abused by confining these dogs to very small kennels, and the dogs become very frustrated. Like early in the morning, they just get that dog, put it in a small kennel. It doesn't see light. It has no space to move around. They lock it. It doesn't interact with the people. Remember, dogs are pack animals. They are social animals. They like playing in packs with dogs, other dogs, and also they like socializing with humans, expressing their love. So if an animal is confined for a long time, they tend to be frustrated as well, and that builds up with time. So in order for them just to free themselves, that's how maybe the dog could even be giving signs that it does not want to be locked up, but the person doesn't understand how to understand dog language. Maybe if a dog takes up this position, what does it mean? Does the dog want me to be close, or he's saying stay away from me? Because a person is supposed to know right from the eyes of the dog, how the ears are positioned, how the tail is positioned, and how the posture of the dog. You should be able to know, okay, this dog is welcoming me, or this dog actually is in a defensive position, does not want me to be too close. So usually we have these attacks because of not understanding the language that the animal is able to communicate. And the attack is usually the last thing that the animal will put up. But for people who understand, people have been trained to understand the language of the animal. Saying when a dog behaves this way, what is it trying to communicate? You rarely experience such kind of bites. And so if you are to investigate most of those dog bites where we've ended up with very serious or fatal accidents, there's a history of the animal being abused. And it has now the behavior of that animal is so much distorted that it's no longer a companion animal. But if you treat the dog freely roaming in the yard and interacting with all members of the family of the household, there are no such instances of actually the dog attacking. Even maybe the other cases would be if the dog is not vaccinated and comes into contact with another rabid animal, contracts rabies. That's where you have now the animal becoming rabid and wants to bite every moving thing, including maybe even doors or steal things and stones and anyone that comes across.
You brought back the issue of rabies. Probably that is a pathway for us to get back to what we've been we're supposed to be talking about, which is the October Golf Day. So through the Golf Day and knowing by fact that there's still a number of cases of rabies that are a challenge here in Zambia, how do you think this initiative helps to mitigate the challenge of rabies?
Yeah, so it helps in so many ways, because we use the Golf Day itself to raise awareness on rabies, and we also bring it to the attention of businesses and corporates of their need to help with the challenge of ending rabies. Remember, there's a WHO or World Health Organization goal of ending dog-mediated human rabies by 2030. This is zero rabies by 2030, and Zambia is a signatory to that, and all the efforts of the government and people that are in the space collaborating with the government should work towards elimination of dog-mediated rabies. And we use the Golf Day actually to bring to their attention, because rabies actually, unfortunately, falls under a category of diseases, we say neglected diseases. Neglected in the sense that they don't receive as much attention as they should from societies, and in countries where rabies is endemic, like us here in Zambia, rabies does not receive as much attention as it's supposed to have. And mind you, rabies is a viral disease caused by a virus, and it has no cure. Up to date, rabies is the world's deadliest disease. When the signs and symptoms manifest of rabies, it's 99% that animal or human being is going to die. It's not like malaria, where one contracts malaria and they check that one has malaria, then can be treated with appropriate medication. With rabies, there's no such. Rabies is and it's a very easy disease to prevent. So we use the Golf Day actually to raise awareness on the need to vaccinate dogs, because vaccination of the dogs is a proven way of eliminating dog-mediated human rabies. And it will be interesting for viewers to learn that when a person gets bitten by a suspected rabid dog, or what they call post-exposure prophylaxis, those are 5 injections that are administered to a person.
The ones that are, is it 501?
Yes, so that's where I was coming to. So we find that the cost of treating a human being when he's exposed to suspected rabies is so high. When you look at the cost of vaccinating dogs, it's so low. Actually, from just one person that has been exposed to rabies, you can vaccinate 100 dogs. So if resources are directed towards vaccinating dogs, we eliminate rabies in dogs, then we eliminate rabies being transmitted to humans, because more than 99% of human rabies is actually contracted from dogs. So if we vaccinate dogs, it's cheaper to vaccinate dogs than to treat people after being bitten by suspected rabid dogs. And most of those people that are bitten, because Zambia is endemic to rabies, most of the people that are bitten by dogs, with or without proof whether the dog has actual rabies, they put them under suspected. So every dog bite actually is treated as suspected. So humans are put on those post-exposure prophylaxis, which is quite a huge drain of funds, because most of the times you find that people are bitten by a dog, they can't trace the owner. So someone like now we're going into a phase where people are planning and budgeting for school fees, and the dog bites someone, a child, then they're going to divert funds maybe that are supposed to be for school fees or for other things that they're supposed to use, and it ends up draining people's pockets. Dog owners and victims actually lose a lot of money because of rabies. So we emphasize, we call upon government and other stakeholders that let's invest in eliminating rabies. As Zambia is already committed that we want to eliminate rabies, dog-mediated human rabies by 2030.
Is there a law or policy that says that owners of dogs, if they have not vaccinated their pets, their animals, should be penalized or something like that?
Yes, so there are sufficient laws that local authorities use, like the Control of Dogs Act, which is Cap 247 of the laws of Zambia. Um, it's actually an offense to keep a dog that is not vaccinated. So there are penalties there, which the person is supposed to pay. I think about 3,000 penalty units and imprisonment up to 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what. And the Animal Health Act also puts the responsibility on the dog owner to ensure that the dog is vaccinated. So all people, everyone that is keeping an animal, they are actually committing an offense if they're keeping dogs, or if they're keeping dogs which are not vaccinated. They have to ensure that their animals are vaccinated. It's important actually to have the animal vaccinated, because you are protecting yourselves and as a household against rabies. Because if the animal that you're keeping contracts rabies, you can easily pass it onto you. We've had instances where people, even here, I can remember a case where a child actually from Kafue died because she was bitten by their own dog. They didn't know the dog had rabies, so the dog bit the child, and what they did was to give this dog and surrender it to a charcoal trader in exchange with charcoal. So, this dog is becoming vicious, it has bitten our child. They exchanged the dog with charcoal, and the charcoal man got a dog that had rabies. The child, after some weeks, developed rabies and died from UTH, which was quite sad. So if these people had vaccinated the dog, possibly, say, we could have saved the child's life. And it's just an example of how people that are keeping animals and not vaccinated can actually have tragedies just like that. Yeah. So we use the Golf Day to also raise awareness so that corporates can work hand in hand with local authorities, can work hand in hand with us and the government, that we work towards elimination of rabies. And mind you, that most of the victims of rabies are children. Majority, more than 50% of victims of rabies are children aged between 5 and 15 years old.
Wow. Well, let's focus a bit on the business angle for the October Golf Day. You say this is a bridge between business and animal welfare. How exactly do you mean this to be, and how also do businesses benefit from taking part in the October Golf Day?
So businesses, how they benefit, I'll say, like, maybe I'll start with how they participate. So during the Golf Day, businesses are given an opportunity to sponsor teams. So they can sponsor what they call in golf a 4-ball, that is a team of 4 people, who they're going to brand with their own attire, caps and t-shirts. These golfers, as they play, they're going to advertise for the business. We also provide an opportunity for businesses to sponsor holes. So all those 18 holes at the golf course, they're available for businesses to sponsor. What I mean by sponsoring is that they can put a table there at a team place and a gazebo, and bring their advertising materials, brochures, and any goodies or materials that they may want to distribute to golfers. People will be walking around the golf course, can interact with them. So it provides a very good opportunity for businesses to interact with people that can buy, people with the money, direct dealing with other businesses that they can benefit from. Then it provides actually an opportunity. So that is sponsoring golfers, advertising, and interaction with other businesses. We've had actually people coming in and expressing interest to purchase equipment there. I remember just last year or the other year when one of people came in. He was not even playing golf, but was interested to buy a tractor from the sponsors at that Golf Day. So it's such that you bring in merchandise, and you have people actually coming in and want to buy from you. So people can, businesses can take advantage of an event like golf. And most of the businesses, they do understand that, and we've had sponsors that are consistent and have gone with us right from the time that we started, because this year's Golf Day is going to be the fourth one in a row that we're going to do.
Tell me this, how important is it for the corporate world to, actively get involved and give back to the community through this event?
Yeah, so it is very important. What we're doing is we're providing a platform to which businesses can contribute meaningfully to the community and the society at large. Because not every person can manage to go and pick that stray dog. Not every business can manage to go and have a Christmas party with children at the Cancer Disease Hospital, and some of those initiatives that we are doing. And if businesses come in and make donations, if businesses come in and sponsor such kind of events, it's providing them to contribute direct impact things. Because mind you, we go to the Cancer Disease Hospital and have a Christmas party for children with cancer. And if you look at the plight of those children, some of those children actually have been abandoned by their own families because of the burden of taking care of a person with cancer. It's quite high. It drains financially, and cancer is not a very well understood disease by other people. So for that, they can take care, and the child remains in the hands of the government. So the only family that the children will have is health workers and their fellow patients. So we take it that when we provide a Christmas party once a year, it lightens up. It makes them to feel that they are loved, and their society cares for them. It helps them cope with a very terrible disease. And this is an opportunity for businesses that are contributing to the Cactus Foundation, that they are helping children to feel loved, to experience compassion and genuine care from others, including the emergency medical fund, like I was talking about, helping children, because there's also another child that was raped. In 2018, and has continued actually for 6-7 years, has continued to suffer consequences of that. It's a child that we're also working with the government who want to help this child to access specialized medical care in South Africa. Yeah. So if businesses are coming like that, they are going to help us make impact and help children there that not every person can actually reach out to and help such, but through the Cactus Foundation and their donations are helping children like that.
Wonderful. You make the October Golf Day sound as if it's all serious and all business-like, and there's no fun. Why are you hiding the green? Is it the green? The floating green challenge?
Floating green. Wow, that's that adds a lot of fun to it, and it has become popular. People like it. The golfers that come to play golf, and they're always looking for. And this is available actually not only to the golfers that have played golf, but anyone can participate. So the floating green is where we put a floating green on the pool. They've got this most of the time. There's this a pool of water. You can see it actually at the clubhouse at the Bonanza golf course, and we put a floating green, and we put a prize, very interesting prize. The first golf day, people walked out with TVs, 55-inch TVs. So we put different prizes. So we've got when many sponsors come in, people are able to score. They walk away with good prizes that they yeah.
Okay.
So it's a floating green. It's an interesting golf fun day, which people can come and participate in.
And the auction?
The auction, yes, the stuff not golf. We still have it, and it's available this year actually for auctioning. People can come, and other artworks that will be announcing in due course that will come. There are sponsored prizes that people can come in and participate. And the auction itself last year was very interesting. There were even animals with very good stories that were put there for auctioning, and people came in and auctioned it. It was interesting actually for us. So we look forward to more people coming in and to participate.
So there's a golfer out there and possibly a potential sponsor that is watching this particular program and would like to get involved. Others would like to participate as golfers, and sponsors might want to know how to sponsor. You can look into that camera over there and just talk to that sponsor, talk to that golfer on how they can participate or get to be part of the October Golf Day.
Yeah, so the Golf Day is coming up this year again, and this is an annual event which is a big part of the Cactus Foundation. And by hosting this Golf Day, we are also helping in making the golf sport actually popular, because more people that from our page and animal lovers are also showing interest in golf as a sport itself, and it also provides an opportunity for businesses and ordinary citizens actually to interact and have fun and connect with potential business partners and see what the other people are doing, and you can learn quite a lot. For people to participate, they are free to contact the Cactus Foundation. Go to our website, Cactus Foundation, and also reach out on our social media pages on Instagram and Facebook. And then you can also call 0977 653031, and we'll definitely put you on the list of people that will be participating. And there are so many ways in which one can participate. We also do encourage people that want to participate in the organizing and mobilizing resources and everything towards this event. So you are free to reach out to us and work together.
All right. I'll ask you again for the purposes of a slow writer there. Probably you can give out those numbers once again so that people can get a hold of you.
Yes, so the number to reach us on is 0977 653031. 0977 653031.
Wonderful. As we conclude, when are we having this golf tournament? Is it this year? Is it next year?
As we conclude, first of all, I think I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to CBC Television for this opportunity that you have given to us, because this provides a platform for us to reach so many people, and also provides an opportunity for us to raise awareness on these things that we are doing, and we are really grateful for this opportunity to talk about this. And the Golf Day actually comes this year, because this is an annual event, so do not feel left out. Actually, we have it coming in the next few weeks. I think we'll be announcing the exact date when the Golf Day will be hosted at Bonanza.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mlenga. It was a pleasure having you on the show and giving that enlightenment to golfers, to stakeholders, and the communities at large on animal and child welfare.
Well, thank you so much for hosting us and providing us an opportunity to talk about children and animal welfare.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. October Golf Day reminds us that giving back doesn't have to be ordinary. It can be bold, creative, and even a little competitive. Playing golf, of course. Whether you are a golfer, a business leader, or someone who simply believes in protecting vulnerable animals, this is your invitation to step up and swing for the challenge. The Cactus Foundation is doing more than hosting a tournament. They are driving a movement. So let's turn compassion into action, one hole at a time. Kondwelani Jose is my name. On behalf of the entire production team and Mr. Mlenga, it's bye-bye, pleasant viewing.